I hope Stan Lee's cameo, it kind of sounds dark and depressing, but I'm kind of hoping that there's an interview on TV, kind of like the first Avengers where he was on getting interviewed. And this time it's Stan Lee, and it's a video clip of people saying, oh gosh, the Avengers have flown off. What are we going to do? Like, where are they going? Like, what's going on? Like, and it's Stan Lee, and he's just sitting there getting interviewed. And he says, I don't know where they're going, but I'll sure miss them all. That'd be cool. Hello, and welcome to my preview of Avengers Endgame. This is not a review. This is just a preview. This is just basic information before going to go watch Avengers Endgame. I would have the trailer in the background, but I'm kind of scared of getting yelled at by YouTube and or Disney, so I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to have that. Cool. Anyway, so this is the 22nd film in the MCU. That is about 45 hours worth of stuff, or almost 2 days worth of film. So if you haven't watched all of them, get on that, especially if you're going to go see it on Thursday. If not, just go find IGN or some comic book channel that's really good at making montages and introducing characters and ideas and theories from like 11 to 12 years worth of film and rumors. By all means, go and check them out. There's a bunch. Just type in MCU recap. They're a dime a dozen right now. This is just a preview. So right now, as of today, 4/23/2019, we have 2 days until it comes out. Well, roughly 40-ish hours, probably less for some people, until actual normal people like you and I going to go see it. So what's up now? Right now, Avengers Endgame has a 97% of Rotten Tomatoes. It's certified fresh. Just now came live on Instagram. That notification came through, and it has sold a crap ton of tickets. I think somewhere I saw that reports were it was 5 times what Infinity War was, and Infinity War broke the opening weekend record, which was like 257 or something like that. And Infinity War is also the quickest one to get to 1 billion. It only took 11-ish days, I believe. Other ones there is Star Wars Force Awakens, it did it in 12, and then Jurassic World did it like 13 or something like that. Anywho, so this film easily can make the biggest box office opening domestically, internationally. It's got the rarity of being opened almost simultaneously across the world. Usually there's delay. Either China, UK, even the United States. Someone gets the chopping block and is not the first one. This time, I believe most countries of massive importance for box office, not just of importance of country, are going to get it simultaneously, with the exception of Russia, I believe, and maybe 1 or 2 other countries that actually have massive populations that's not getting it immediate. Sorry, comrades and such. But it could easily make 1 billion in this first week. And I'd say first week. So by the time, not this Thursday, but next Thursday, which is the 2nd of May, by that time, this could easily have made $1 billion. It's no matter what, it's single digits, because by the time the second weekend pops around, this film's gonna have $1 billion in the box office easy. And that's kind of cheap for me to guess that, because I mean, everyone and the mama's talking about that right now. Deadline, Mashable, Forbes, Variety, all of them are talking about it. I have like 5 articles pulled up here. So it's gonna make bank. It's already highly reviewed. Critics and fans are saying they cried, and it's the perfect ending for the MCU, and it's still yet a great opening for what can still come. Many comments talking about the last 10 minutes of how epic it is and how just mind-boggling it is. A couple people have talking about fan service, of how much there is, and how, yes, it's still fan service, which can be at times unwanted depending on how you do it. It's still amazing fan service, which is why I think me and every other comic book nerd has like written 1,000 things about what we want to happen. Hopefully not a lot of us put Thanos' car in there. If you don't get that, look up the memes. So there's big hoopla coming in behind this. But what's going on in the film? Obviously we can go read the synopsis. Adrift in space with no food or water, Tony Stark sends a message to Pepper Potts as his oxygen supply starts to dwindle. Meanwhile, the remaining Avengers, Thor, Black Widow, Captain America, and Bruce Banner must figure out a way to bring back their vanquished allies for an epic showdown with Thanos, the evil demigod who decimated the planet and the universe. So yeah, you could do that, or you can just listen to what I'm about to tell you. So right now we have 16 characters alive of importance: Hulk or Bruce Banner, Hawkeye, Captain America, Ant-Man, Thor, Black Widow, Captain America, Iron Man. I'll put Valkyrie, Rocket Raccoon, Wong, yes, but who knows if he's going to get short-staffed, kind of like in Infinity War. Happy, Hogan, who I bet will be in there for maybe 3 minutes. Pepper Potts, maybe 4 minutes. War Machine, another important character. And then Okoye and Nebula. Nebula is going to have a bigger part than I think all of us think. And then Okoye might just have to stay behind in Wakanda and watch everything. So she might be stuck in Wakanda. Wong might be stuck in the Secret Sanctum in New York. And then Happy, whatever the hell you might be doing with Pepper, keeping her safe. All the others are going to be massive players because they're the only ones alive. Because coming into this film, some of you may not know who's all dead because some of them were off screen. For instance, Shuri was off screen, Black Panther's sister. It was only in a couple of ad campaigns from Marvel, or if you were really keen-eyed in one of the in-game trailers, you could see that she was deceased or passed or ghost or dust, whatever you want to call it. Other notable characters that have turned to dust after Thanos' snap: Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Maria Hill, Agent Coulson's already dead, Nick Fury, Star-Lord, Black Panther, Gamora, Doctor Strange, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Mantis, Groot, Drax. Loki wasn't snapped, in a sense. Sorry, Loki fans. And then Wasp. Those are the people that are dead that at least Disney Marvel are actively pushing our way with big posters of Avengers Fallen. There's obviously a ton of characters because, you know, like I said, there's a crap ton of people, you know, and so obviously there's more characters and there's more chess pieces on the field that it's not discussed in these images, but that's a good grand picture. Now, something to mention here is that we could take a lot of influence from other mediums, the comics, other TV shows, etc. For instance, there's a TV show about the Avengers, and they face Thanos, and he has all the stones, and the way they defeat him in the TV show, yes, it's super campy, it's a kid's show for crap's sake, so it's not going to be the same thing here, because they're like, oh, Thanos, I bet you can't defeat us with only one stone. Mm-hmm. And Thanos is like, oh, frack, yeah, I can. Just use one stone at a time, friend. And so the TV show is the Avengers outsmart him with each stone. Like, for instance, when Thanos uses the time stone on them, Captain America and a couple other normal Avengers die or get rusted. But when the time stone is used on Thor and Hulk, Bruce Banner, they become stronger. Thor is an Asgardian, and as they get older, they get more powerful, and so he just grows a massive, badass beard and can kick Thanos' butt. And kind of the same thing with Hulk, even though his power really comes from anger, but in the TV show, they kind of said also with age, he gets stronger, so there was that. So cool stuff like that we could take from, that we could predict. But we could predict all day long. The spoilers are out there, we can go look, or you can watch the film. But the biggest things to take away is that at the end of this, a lot of contracts are up for characters or for actors. At the end of the day, not a lot of us are going to be walking out there happy. There's way too many people saying they cried, and they didn't specify happy cries or happiness tears. They just said they cried a lot. And so we'll have to see what Endgame brings us here in a couple days, hours actually. You can start the hour clock almost now. I just hope that you're all prepared for what's to come. And remember, don't spoil anything. Don't spoil the end game, as they're saying, or Thanos still demands your silence. This has been a long journey. We'll see how it plays out. If you go and watch Endgame, tell me right below thoughts or ideas of what you think is going to happen. Personally, I think Cap's gone. I don't know how, but he's probably going to die. Or maybe just gets replaced, or he goes off on a cool boat like Lord of the Rings and just never seen again. Who knows? Fingers crossed for Thanos card though, for realsies. Since there was mention of lots of fan service, there better be Avengers Assemble, and not like a fake half-assed one that we saw in Age of Ultron, like for realsies. Josh Whedon, I still hate you for that. We better get a real Avengers Assemble line. I'm hoping we see adult Groot again. Kind of miss the guy, and I don't like teenage Groot. Yes, he's got his moments, but he's still kind of a dick the entire time until the story tells him to not be a dick. And then he slices his arm off. So hoping when he comes back alive, if he does, that adult Groot. I wrote this a long time ago, but I did put Iron Man and Captain America reunion. We already know that's going to happen. We've already seen it in the trailer. What I thought would be a cool thing is that, well, it'd be cool, but it's going to have some discussion points or some grievances with, is that when Captain Marvel first fights Thanos, whenever she does in this film, because we know it's going to happen, it'd be kind of funny if her first hit drew blood. Because in Infinity War, it took Iron Man, like a couple minutes there of like trying his ass off to hurt Thanos, and all of that, for a drop of blood. That'd be really badass if all of a sudden Captain Marvel comes out of like nowhere and just like sucker punches the shit out of Thanos, and like he's bleeding more than just like a drop. It's like a couple drops, but still like the first hit. That'd be dope as shit. I mean, at the same time though, it's like we just got introduced to her, and I'd rather have someone that I've seen, anyone from Black Widow to Iron Man, somewhere in the original 6 to go and defeat Thanos. I get it if there's a cool moment like that. That's cool fan service and a callback to Infinity War. Also, I used my one F-bomb, so now I can't say anything else because this movie's PG-13, so they can say one F-bomb, parents be warned, but probably it's just for violence and action and death and minor swearing. Hopefully not too much swearing, otherwise Captain America will be on our tail. I'm also hoping that there is a moment of recognition from Star-Lord that, oh gosh, I messed up. Not that everything is his fault, because there's so many things in the entirety of the MCU that could have led a different path. The butterfly effect, the butterfly effect, where one thing changes the outcome of another. And so technically, not everything's his fault, but holy crap, he did mess up, and I want him to not reconcile for his sins, but just like I want that moment to be shown on Chris Pratt's face that, oh gosh, because he was like, did we lose? Yeah, we lost, dumbass. That'd be kind of messed up if young Gamora was talking to all the snap victims in the Soul Stone, like, hey, hi guys, how's it going? And it's like Black Panther's like, this isn't Wakanda, and then I don't know, Bucky freaking out, because he's still getting used to freaky stuff. I mean, although he handled a talking raccoon pretty well for, not seeing any of them in person. Like, he never had a moment with the Avengers. He was always off doing his own thing in Captain America films. In Civil War, he kind of came with, but there was no Thor there. It was still kind of in the realm of possibility for mankind, everything that he saw. Vision was the weirdest thing, but even then, not too weird. Anyway, moving on. I'm hoping for more combo attacks. For instance, I wrote Iron Man and Captain America again, kind of like in Avengers 1. Or, Captain America and Thor like in Avengers 2, something like that. Obviously a little bit different, a little bit more flair and such. But something like that would be cool again, just to see that. Even like newcomers, like if Captain Marvel I don't know, a shot off of Cap's shield. Mm, something new, something cool. Or maybe Hulk throwing, I don't know, Ant-Man like 1,000 miles an hour in giant form. That'd be dope. What would be too much fan service is if they time travel in the film, which is a huge possibility, or quantum realm, which might be the same thing. Who knows? By the time the movie is over, is that either Captain America or Vision wield either Mjolnir, because time travel, or Stormbreaker. Either or would be really cool. We all know we're getting a cool group shot. I mean, there's kind of already one in the trailer with the original three, Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man. I'm hoping for a sweet shot with them, OG outfits, because time travel, reality, whatever, or all the alive members, kind of like the slow-mo scene that we saw. But I think there's something altered in that scene. Maybe Hulk's there because Bruce is there and we don't see him walking. So I'm hoping something like that, like a group shot like that, but not just them walking, and not too much of an action pose like in Age of Ultron. That was a little bit too much. But like the first Avengers film where they're all like doing the circle shot, reloading, twirling the hammer, tightening the shield, flexing muscles, checking repulsors, etc. Doing something cool that makes sense for them, like Hawkeye getting prepared with the bow, or like Black Widow reloading her weapon. That stuff makes sense. Something like that, a group shot like that. Maybe not of all of them, because that'd be a lot of characters if all the dead ones and the alive ones got it together for a group shot. It'd be cool, but since Thanos has like all the stones, probably not a good idea to get for a group shot when he can literally send the moon down upon them all. But a big group shot, not the biggest group shot, but a big group shot would be a cool possibility as well. But I can keep on talking about my predictions all day long. The moral of the story is Endgame's fucking massive. The moral of the story is Endgame is just freaking massive. This is going to be something to talk about for years. This is going to be something to be wanted by other studios for decades. This is going to revolutionize cinema. I mean, it already has. Just look at the facts behind it. And like how much Disney has just wrecked because of Marvel and its property. It's massive. It's changed the game. This is not the beginning of the end. This is the end of the beginning. This is going to signal a new start to Marvel. It's going to start whatever comes after the Infinity Saga, with all the films that we've seen henceforth, that we've seen so far, and that it's a long road ahead for the next 22 films or whatever else they're going to put into the next saga. And it's going to be a long road for DC Extended Universe to get to where this is, if it ever does. There's people out there that believe that. I met someone today. I said, hey, you're going to take your kids to Avengers Endgame? They said, no, we're not Marvel. We're DC. He loves Suicide Squad, and he really likes Shazam when we went and saw it. I'm like, okay, like, Batman's my favorite character, so I can mess with that. I mean, I still love Marvel, though. But to each their own. We'll get there. But just the scope of this is always going to amaze me, of how much it's done, what it's going to do, and how it's affected all of us, and how we talk about pop culture, how we go about spoilers, and how we go about so many other things in life. This is always going to be a very interesting thing to go back on. To tell our kids, to tell future generations, I was there when this first came out. It's going to be a little bit cooler in 40 years instead of like 10 or 20 when we're still trying to recreate this. But we can all say that we were there when it's released. It's a cool thing. History's cool. Cinema's cool. Marvel's cool. Endgame's going to be cool. But that's all I had for this preview, and kind of like my guess is what's going to go on, or my wish list, I guess you could say, probably more accurately. Let me know if you're going to see the movie down in the comments down below, or if you have, and then you somehow watched this after you watched Endgame, then tell me what you think about it. First off, I'd love to hear that. Otherwise, I wish you all luck watching Endgame. Please, if you're emotional, please bring a bag of tissues, like a small portable one. You can find them at Target, Walmart, etc., Walgreens. You're gonna need it. I'm planning to go buy one for my girlfriend. Maybe me. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna be a man about it. I might cry. Actually, there's a huge chance I might cry. We'll get there. We'll survive. I'll see you guys on the other side of this. And good luck watching it. And have a good one, guys.